giving you an opportunity to get the full story from the people who tell it best. This is Mediacom News Leaders.
I'm Don West. Welcome to Mediacom News Leaders. I'm joined now by Randall Whitman with the City of Springfield. He's the principal planner in charge of Forward SGF, the city's comprehensive planning process. Randall, welcome.
Welcome.
Tell us what we're talking about here, Forward SGF.
Well, Forward SGF is our namesake for the city's the development of the city's new comprehensive plan and the process to put a plan in place over the course of the next 2 years.
So looking to the future of the city in terms of what? Infrastructure? What else?
Oh, you name it. Infrastructure, land use, public services, growth management, those types of things, built primarily or focused primarily on the built environment, the physical environment of the city.
And this is something that is required by law to have in place, right?
Yeah, comprehensive plan are one of those statutory requirements that cities, not just cities Springfield size, that all cities should have in place. It's that legislation that allows us to have zoning, subdivision regulations, and things like that. But other than that, it's just a good practice. The city needs a plan to deal with annexation, zoning, all types of development issues and policies and things that affect decisions on that front about it all year long, all the time.
And this is kind of what Vision 2020 used to be for the city?
Yeah, Vision 2020 was the comprehensive plan adopted in the late 90s, early 2000. I think the last amendment to Vision 2020 was in 2004. And as the name implies, it was a 20-year plan, and the end of its horizon is quickly approaching.
2020.
It's almost here. So a number of the things that 2020 was known for, it's kind of beginning to outlive its relativity, if you will.
Okay, and we're about to reach that number anyway. So the city does this how often? Reevaluates the comprehensive plan?
Kind of as a general practice, cities develop a plan about every 20 years. Our charter requires us or asks us to review it every 5 years. So we'd like to say that a comprehensive plan is a 5-10-year plan, but it really does have a 20-year horizon. But for the most part, we need to be looking at it every 5 or 10 years.
And what's the whole process for a plan like that?
Well, the process involves taking in a lot of community input, doing a lot of study analysis of existing conditions, demographics, economics, all types of analysis of the land use, infrastructure, traffic patterns, things like that. And then you begin to compare those things with local trends, national trends, and you begin to dial in on what the big issues are, the priorities are, and how you develop strategies to address those issues.
For a city the size of Springfield, are we in good shape moving the next 20 years now?
I think so. I mean, a lot of communities, we're what we call a mid-sized city. We've got certain demographics that'll impact, the future of the city, and the millennials, for instance, make up the biggest demographic, as well as the, second to none by the baby boomers. So their influence and the needs that they have as far as what an urban city provides them in terms of housing, services and things, what the marketplace needs to provide for them. So those are the things we'll look at, and they'll begin to dictate what the development of the plan is.
So what role do the residents of Springfield have in helping develop a plan?
Well, a planning process like this involves a lot of community input. There's a lot of civic engagement that's required to get the input we need. We've tried to address that in a number of ways. We'll have traditional public meetings, workshops, and things like that over the course of the 2-year process to develop the plan. But we've also got some things that are more targeted for those reluctant meeting goers, folks who like to participate from home, from the comfort of their living room, their couch, and their computer. So we've got some interactive activities, whether it's questions, questionnaires, surveys, polls, that type of thing. But we've also got some products on our website, at forwardsgf.com, where there's map.social. It's an interactive mapping software program where you can become a citizen planner and you go into a very interactive map, drop points, identify assets, issues and concerns, areas you might want to see redeveloped, things that you would like to see in an urban footprint, whether that's trail connections, more trails, more trees, just everything from things you like to things you'd like to see fixed. So among those, we've got, other than traditional meetings, we've got DIY kits for people to be citizen planners with their small groups, their church groups, their office, things like that. So there's a number of ways citizens can get involved.
You can go to forwardsgf.com and find out when and how you can become involved, ask questions, get answers, whatever you need to know about the next 10 or 20 years of the city of Springfield with Forward SGF. Randall, thank you.
Thank you.
And join us next time here on Mediacom News Leaders.